And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. The Big Boys Basketball CIF Southern Section Open Division Final is Friday night at Cal Baptist University. Joining us here on the show, his Mustangs will be playing for the title. It's Roosevelt head coach Steven Singleton. And Coach Singleton, to be in the Open Division Finals in the Southern Section is a big deal in itself. When you look at the season as a whole, what do you think you guys did well all season long to get you to this point, to play for an Open Division championship in the section?
Well, first of all, Pep, thanks for having me on. What we did to try to really get here is scheduled a pretty tough schedule all year, played against some great competition all year long, just to prepare ourselves for these playoffs that we knew we had an opportunity to be an Open Division team, but needed to play the schedule, needed to beat the teams in front of us. And so it was just a lot of hard work, a lot of trust from our guys, a lot of buy-in from the beginning, and just kind of continue to take one day and one game at a time and try to get better and better as the season went on.
You know, as you go into Friday night's big game, do you feel like this Mustangs team is playing its best basketball or close to it this season?
I think we are. You know what I mean? Like, not every game's been pretty. You know, every game, it hasn't been some crazy big blowout. You know what I mean? But, you know, we're playing great competition in this Open. And so as you kind of go into our league a little bit, it definitely drops off, you know, besides playing Centennial. All those teams play hard, but the caliber of competition is not as great. And so, you know, we got better. But as we got into the playoffs, I felt our guys were kind of locked in of where they needed to be. And, you know, we just, you know, when we needed to get a stop or we needed to make a play, guys were able to do that, you know. And so I think we're playing pretty well right now. We definitely could play a better 32 minutes of basketball, and hopefully we're going to do that on Friday night.
What did you think of the Big 8 League tournament? I know a lot of leagues, conferences are kind of going towards that at the end of the regular season.
I loved it. You know what I mean? I think it's a win-win for all of us. You know, we're able to go into that tournament, but we're also, you know, those games don't count towards our 28 games schedule of how many we can have. And so we're able to go get some higher quality competition. And then those other teams are able to kind of go find some level for their level also, that they're able to go in there and kind of, you know, play and compete against teams that they might see in their divisions, you know, and things like that. So I loved it. And then the atmosphere in the championship game was huge. You know what I mean? Over there at Santiago High School, and the gym was packed for us to play against Centennial that second time for a league title. So it was a great experience, a great opportunity.
You know, as you go into this championship game against Harvard Westlake, you know, how much is it about what you guys do as opposed to just doing your homework and trying to you know, counter what Harvard Westlake likes to do? You know what I mean? Like, is it more about what you guys do on the court and take care of your own business?
I think it's some of both. You know what I mean? Harvard Westlake's a great team, and they've been here. You know what I mean? They're well coached, and they got some guys who could definitely play. You know, so we need to kind of know what they're really doing, and that's what we've been doing in practice all week, of kind of getting ourselves familiar with what they like to do and what their players like to do. But we also need to focus on us. We need to focus on our team defense. We need to focus on executing of what we do and know where we're going to get our shots and how we need to kind of get everybody involved and how we need to come out and play on that Friday night. We're gonna play and need to play our best basketball on that one night.
You know, Coach, these are the reasons that you coach for and play for, right? To be in these moments, to play for these big Open Division championship games. Is this week leading up to Friday, is it stressful or is it kind of fun? Like, do you tell your guys, hey, enjoy the moment, soak it in. This is what we, you know, practice all off season for, and play all these tough non-league games and travel all over the place to be in this spot. Enjoy it.
No, definitely they're enjoying it. You know, we set some school history right here. You know what I mean? Our boys basketball has never been in a CIF final and an Open Division final for that. And so our boys are definitely enjoying this week and the opportunity that we're going to get on Friday. But it's also, I don't want to say stress, but it's also, we got to make sure we're handling business. You know what I mean? And staying in that business mode also of we're not just happy to be in this game. We want to go out there and win this game, you know. And so, you know, we're definitely having a good time, and guys are definitely excited. we want to go out there and play our best brand of basketball and have an opportunity to win.
Plus I say it's in your own backyard, but Eastvale is closer to CBU than Harvard Westlake. Are you hoping that Roosevelt Rosie Nation's going to come out and pack that place and get it loud for you guys?
We sure hope so, and not just Rosie Nation. I hope the whole IE comes out, you know what I mean, and really wants to support an IE team, you know what I mean, here from the city of Eastvale. And we've seen them, throughout the playoffs. A lot of people have come out, but hopefully for that day, you know what I mean, they're, the Roosevelt people, the Etowanda group will stay around and be there to watch the Etowanda girls take on Sierra Canyon. But hopefully, we have the whole IE, and hopefully, they come out and want to support us.
Do you do anything different coaching-wise leading up to a big game, or do you try to, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Just business as usual, this is what got us here, this is what we're going to continue to do? Or do you, know it's a big championship game, so you have to, throw a little wrinkle into it?
Sorry about that. Lights turned off.
That's okay.
But no, we kind of stay with what got us here. You know what I mean? Continue to fine tune things. We might throw in a few wrinkles here and there, just kind of be prepared for it. Maybe something we've kind of went over in the maybe beginning or middle of the season and haven't used for a little while. But we try to just stay with what got us here. You don't really want to kind of change things up too much. You know what I mean? And kind of overthink things. We got to go out there and we got to play basketball. We got to play hard. And we got to make it difficult for Harvard Westlake to do what they want to do.
Coach, you got some real studs on your team this season, obviously. That's a very talented squad. Obviously, you're going to be coaching these guys up, but sometimes you just have to kind of, get out of the way, for lack of a better term, and be like, man, these guys know what to do. We've been together all season long. I've been coaching them up. We want to be in this moment. They know what to do. I got to, basically, like I said, for lack of a better term, get out of the way and let these guys ball.
No, I agree. Players make plays, and we've seen that throughout this whole playoffs. We've been down in games, but when it's time for the players to kind of step up and need to make a play, we've done that. The Braden Burries, the Darnell Slaters, Miles Walker has been huge for us during this run. And then Isaac Williamson with the big shot against Mater Dei the other night. He was off all night, but when it was time to make a play, he made a play and got us into overtime. So, yeah, I've always said it. You know what I mean? People talk about coaching and, it's not hard to be a great coach when you got great players. You know what I mean? And sometimes you need to just get out the dang way and let guys play basketball and go out there and do what they do. You know what I mean? And we kind of just help guide them along a little bit. But, our guys have stepped up all year long and made it happen, and that's why we're here today. We're here today because of those guys, you know what I mean, with a little bit of guidance from us.
Coach, for you personally, did this season go pretty fast or pretty slow? Because I feel like we were just on Zoom, I feel like just a week or two ago when you were in Alaska, and that was towards the beginning of the season. And here we are, the CIF Southern Section Open Division Championship game. I know we still got the state playoffs, but I feel like the season flew. How did you personally? Did it feel like it went slow or fast?
I think it went by pretty fast myself. You know what I mean? Especially the preseason went by real fast. And then it now seems like the playoffs have kind of slowed things down a little bit. You know what I mean? And it seems like we've been in the playoffs for weeks, but it's only been a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. But yeah, the season did go by fast. We were in Hawaii and then we were in Alaska and then we jumped right into league. And so it's definitely been a whirlwind, but it's been fun. And, the boys are making it enjoyable. So, it's been a great time.
Yeah, and the whirlwind is not done yet. CBU Friday night, Roosevelt, Harvard Westlake for the Southern Section Open Division Championship, and of course the CIF state playoffs. After that, Roosevelt trying to get back to the finals in the state playoffs as well. But first things first, beat the Wolverines Friday night, and let's pack that place for Rosie Nation. The Etowanda girls, as you mentioned, Coach, also playing there. So listen, I always appreciate it, Coach. You always hop on at the Inland Sports Show, whether we've planned it out for weeks or last minute. I always appreciate your time, especially on such an important week for your basketball team.
Pep, I appreciate you, giving us this opportunity to bring some light and some love to Roosevelt basketball and Roosevelt High School. And so it's always a pleasure, and I appreciate you thinking of us and giving me this opportunity.
Of course, that's Coach Singleton from Roosevelt Boys Basketball here on the Inland Sports Show.